I know it feels like I'm just back here at TACCOM in 2022, but it's been a year. It's 2023. I'm Chris. Ballistically speaking, this is Owen. He's Kodiak Defense. What's up, Owen?
Hey, how's it going, man?
It's day one.
Of 4, so yeah, we're doing okay so far. Always having fun.
Beautiful. So last year, we basically introduced the Gen 2 180C to the world.
Yeah, I think you were the first ones to see it. We've been talking about it for a bit, but you traveled down all the way to Nevada, cornered us where we couldn't get away. And
so you showed
it
to me.
We did, yeah.
And so this year, you've still got the Gen 2.
For sure.
It still exists.
Yeah, we're still making it, still in production. But I know you wanted to talk about the one hanging out behind you.
Right, because a lot of people are asking about this. This is the Gen 2 in 7.62 by 39.
Sure, so this is the WK181C.
181C.
Same sort of design. Some changes from the 180, obviously. 7.62-39, feeding of an AK magazine. Throw that to the side. It is, if you know how to use it, Gen 2. You'll have no problem with this. We made some changes to the gas system, specifically for 7.62. Reliability issues with most ammo on the market. Pretty much anything goes.
So when you say that, you mean you changed the piston or the gas block? Or?
So the piston is now a two-piece design in this.
Really?
With a gas cup and a shorter piston. It was necessary with 7.62 ammo was fun, and it's really fun to design rifles for. So in order to allow most ammo on the market to be used reliably, we had to make some changes. Couldn't just use the same part. So that's something you'll find in this. Very reliable with 7.62-39.
I have to ask, because I know that people are also interested, are there plans for a two-piece piston design in the 180 Gen 2?
No.
Okay.
That wouldn't improve reliability with 5.56.
Okay.
But was necessary.
It does with 7.62.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's I can't get into the science facts about it, but it's burn rate and of the varying types of gunpowders that go in, and the pressure.
Different cartridge, different piston. Yeah. Got it. Okay. Cool. So this is on the market.
It is now. People assume that when you bring in a new product, that it's good to go right then. That we have 10,000 in stock that day. That is not how things work. So they are in production. They are out in stores, but it's a slow trickle at the beginning. As we make more and more, you'll see them more and more. But they've been in stores for a couple months now, and we're still working on ramping up production of this as we slow down a little bit on the Gen 2. And yeah, you can find them in stores now.
Now, important thing you said there is that you can find them in stores. They're not available on the Kodiak website. Why?
That's fair. So whenever we bring in a new product, until we've allowed our retailers to get a chance at the market, we're not going to sell direct. It's not fair to undercut them. I don't want your friendly neighborhood gun store to start hating me. So until there's not a waiting list from a distributor, if you're a retailer, we won't be selling direct. And we've done that with every product. The Gen 2 was the same way. The WK Gen 1 was originally the same way. We're going to keep that up. We don't want to mess anyone around in their business.
Yeah, makes sense.
But we do want to get our rifles into people's hands.
Beautiful. Okay. Now, you guys are kind of known, especially over the last several years, for semi-autos.
Yeah.
But you've got a couple of bolt guns.
Sure.
Tell us about the bolt guns.
So we have two models here that are somewhat interesting. This one here, it's a K98 reproduction.
Why don't you hold this? That'd be a great idea.
Ooh.
There.
This one here is a K98 reproduction. It's made overseas. We're not making it ourselves, but we found a good supplier, and we're going to start to bring them in.
What country, if you don't mind? What country to be made in?
Out of Serbia.
Serbia. Oh, really?
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So it's like the Serbian K98.
Yeah, it's a slavish reproduction of the 98K, K98, however you want to say it.
That's awesome.
This one's still an 9mm Mauser. We do plan on having some in 308 as well, just for guys who want to shoot and have cheaper ammo.
Yeah.
We were excited about it. We got a couple of them in. You'll see one in the product center, one here in the booth. We have a couple more back in Windsor.
Now, Canadian market, not yet available?
We're still a couple of 6 or 8 weeks out before we start having our first in the market, but they're coming.
Now, again, will it start in retail stores first?
Ooh, on that one, I'm not sure. Almost certainly yes.
Okay.
We may offer direct sales of this because it's not a...
Depends on how many you've got to distribute.
This might have 10,000 show up in a box, as opposed to ones we have to slowly ramp up our production.
Because you're manufacturing, putting out, manufacturing, putting out.
Right.
They're manufacturing, 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 then shipping.
Right. If we get a large supply all at once, we may be able to offer them direct. They may start in stores and then go to our website later. I don't know yet. We'll have to figure that one out.
Stay tuned on that one.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
What's this? We saw this last year, but we never talked about it on camera.
For sure. So this is the Renova. It is designed on this action here, which is it's a build as you will. Simple bolt. It slides really nicely. We're really happy with this. But it's a drop a Savage barrel on, put it in a Remington stock, and you can do as little or as much as you want to it. So you can...
You're trying to make a modular, build your own bolt gun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, we'll sell them to you built if you want.
Okay.
We have a couple of 3 or 4 builds in mind. Or you can get just the action itself. You can do it at home. Make sure you get the gauges for your caliber of choice. Don't just put it together and shoot it.
Yeah.
But you can go simple. You can put it in a nice Magpul stock, a nice barrel on it, and you can walk out the door with a $2,000, $2,500 gun. Or you can go extra ridiculous, and you can put it in an MDT stock with a carbon fiber barrel. And as I like to say, a bipod that costs more than my first car. And you can walk out with a $6,000 or $7,000 rifle. It's really what you want to do. It's as much or as little as you want to put into it. Either way, the action's going to feel great.
So if you like Lego and you like guns,
absolutely, Lego for adults.
You should have called it the Kodiak Defense Lego.
I didn't name this one, but that is a pretty good one. Yeah.
I don't actually recommend taking any of my advice.
Well, we can't pay commission.
Maybe the next one. Now, okay, this is a short action.
Yep.
Is it available in a long action?
Not yet. There are plans to go there, but we haven't gotten
so
there.
For right now, you're looking at short action calibers.
Yes. So anything with a 223 or 308 bolt face, and there are a plethora of calibers that you can use using those without having to change anything except the barrel.
Got it.
But yeah, we're pretty excited about it. Those are not up yet. They will be in the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
We have some built, but not ready to bring them
not ready to
sale
put them out yet.
We're still playing with those, making sure we have our set builds done before we build them out.
Perfect.
So we're not running into we have 4 available for sale, and then we take 48 orders, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's just disappointed customers, and nobody likes that.
Yeah, of course. Now, the last one here, you announced it at TACOM, but I was a moron, and I didn't even see you at TACOM.
We were hidden. We didn't have a Kodiak booth. We were dropping it with our distributor, so I think it's fair.
Fair. Okay, well, sure, let me off the hook. Tell us about the K9.
Sure.
And can I call it that, the K9?
Absolutely.
Or is it the K9? Does the pronunciation matter?
It does not. Either way you want to say it, I'll still invite you back next year.
Do you have like a lame slogan like "This dog barks"?
I wanted a dog on the receiver.
Did you?
I got outvoted.
You should have put a pit bull on it or a bulldog or something.
Something fierce.
That would have been awesome. Wait, not a Chihuahua.
No, it's something fierce.
Actually, the Chihuahua would have been pretty cool because it's ironic.
It's not my thing, but okay.
Tell us about the K9.
So, K9, it's a blowback PCC. We have it here in non-restricted version, just for easy getting it back and forth across the border.
Yeah.
The ATF can get kind of touchy with short-barreled stuff.
Sure.
But you can get it unrestricted as well, and you can still transfer those today. In 9x19, it takes block mags, and controls very similar to what you're used to. It's just a great PCC.
So how many of these lower parts are compatible with your typical modern sporting rifle?
So, the trigger mech is, the selector is, cocking handle is.
That's just a typical
just an AR
charging
cocking handle. Yep.
Nice, okay.
Obviously the furniture, but the internals are unique.
Okay. So your mag release, your bolt release, all those are proprietary?
Mag release may or may not be proprietary, but I think so.
Okay.
Bolt release, yes, that is.
Which seems fine. I mean, most of the other PCCs on the market, they're all proprietary parts too.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said for taking something that exists and using, ensuring compatibility of parts. Like with the Gen 2, anything we can do to have easy upgrades. If you want a new trigger mech or you want a new selector, we're going to do that.
Yeah.
When bringing something new to market, we had to make sure that it would pass an FRT and that it would work well.
Yeah.
Those are the primary concerns. Upgradability is something we want, but it is a second, or I guess a third consideration.
Yeah.
So we'll use what we can, but no, most of the things are proprietary in here.
Fantastic. So 18.6 barrels, what's on there, available in shorter barrels for restricted Glock magazines, some sporting rifle compatibility, and it's a direct blowback, you said.
It is, yep.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Cool. And this is available yet or not?
It is on the market. Again, with any new thing that we produce, it's a slow trickle at the beginning before we get going.
Yeah.
Again, we don't have them on our website. They're going through retailers
so
first.
It's at your local retailer.
Yeah, check out your friendly neighborhood gun store. They'd be thrilled to help you out. There's probably a waiting list for your gun store to get it from the distributor.
Yeah.
As we ramp up, as we're able to increase production, you'll be able to find them in stores easier. And once stores don't have a waiting list, we'll start selling direct.
I know you don't do Facebook yourself very often, but there is a WK180C group on Facebook,
for sure.
And a lot of people have taken to like posting, hey, this gun store has this Kodiak rifle. So
I love hearing it,
it's good. The community is like helping people out as to where to get the guns.
No, and as gun owners in Canada, we should be helping each other out. I'm glad to hear that people are, you can get it here, you can get it there. Yeah, for sure. No, we should keep doing that.
Fantastic. Well, hey, as always, thanks for your time, Owen.
Yeah, for sure.
From ShotShow.